So,
hey, I'm gonna let you finish. But this is reset the vibe.
Man.
okay, I like it.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be.
I'm good with it.
Cool. All right, bet.
I'm cool with it.
Beyonce had the highest selling album of all time.
Hey, you remember when that happened? And I just remember feeling like, dang, bro, Kanye really lost it. This is not the case. That man proceeded to come back and continue to be the GOAT. Like, I think about cancel culture today, and I'm like, if we had the culture that we had back then, would he have survived all of that?
Yes.
And the honesty is that, yes, he would have. Because he was that genius.
Yeah.
He's that genius.
Because they was ready to cancel him then.
Yo, that was so funny.
Like, the whole crowd was just like, whoa. Look, when you hear that, it ain't good.
It's just so funny because, like, I felt like white people were mad and black people were like, but he ain't wrong. Like, it was, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, hey, like that was so rude of him to do. But was he wrong, though? And the consensus, I felt like, was no. Because then didn't she end up winning? I think, I'll be honest, ended up winning, like, video of the year, like, at the end of the show, too. So it was like, well, Kanye wasn't wrong. Rude. But he wasn't wrong. And Taylor Swift survived it. I mean, it made her more popular, I think.
Yeah, she's still eating. So, I mean, like, it's...
Yeah. Everybody wanted that.
Pretty much.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, bro. Everybody didn't win.
Who didn't win?
Who won? Okay, so let's think about it. Kanye came back, but it took him how long?
Nah, he took like a hiatus. And then came back with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Before he came out with that, he came out with the rollout of Good Fridays.
That was peak Kanye. This man left out the building for about 6 months and came back with smashes after smash, and then brought out one of the best albums of all time.
Okay.
This man won.
Okay.
This man won.
He beat cancel culture on that one.
Yeah, but there was no cancel culture then. Like, there just wasn't.
I mean,
Yeah, bro, that was like
but they was ready to X-name him, bro. Like, it was like, look, it was like, bro, like, the sympathy for Taylor Swift went, like, here.
Yeah, it was
and
high.
Like, and it was just like, you don't do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm just saying he wasn't canceled though. It was like, hey, that's not cool. But cancel culture is like, oh, like it's like the baby.
Oh, I got something.
He not canceled.
He was for a little bit. He was off the map.
No, I ain't gonna say it. I'm cool.
What happened?
No, I had a thought.
Nah,
I had a
bro.
question.
Choose violence. Choose violence.
It's going. All right, we here. So if Taylor Swift was a guy,
Oh.
would the backlash have been?
No. I'll say what you're not saying, bro. Was it a big deal because she was a white woman?
Yes.
She was a young white woman.
And you don't do that.
You don't do that to young white women, okay?
Yeah, you don't
Absolutely.
do that.
No, absolutely, that's why it was a big deal.
It was like,
It would have been viral, but it was like a problem because she was a little white girl. That's why. I think age did play an element into it too, though, because like I think Taylor Swift had to be like before she was like 20. I think.
Yeah, she was like young.
She was young. Yeah. So it wasn't like it happened to like a grown woman, which it would have hit different. I think it would have still been bad because it was a white woman, but yeah, it was
like if he did that to Adele.
But they would have sent the KGB after that.
Oh no!
Nah, what's KGB? That's Russian, right? No,
Yeah.
M16 is that what it is? Yeah.
MI6.
MI6.
Yeah.
M16.
I don't think he would have did that to Adele though.
Oh, he wouldn't have done that to no, because Adele's great, bro.
Exactly.
Taylor Swift is. Hey, I'll go there and say it. Taylor Swift is overrated.
I'm not mad at that.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't listen.
I just think like it's just there's no like she's not talented. She's talented, but I believe she's overrated. So,
I like some.
The Swifties can come after me. It don't matter.
Take on.
I don't know.
Oh, that's
the Swifties. I think so. Actually,
because I'm getting old now, so now it's just like, is that the new name?
I'm scared to say that it is and then be right because then it says I know too much. You know what I'm saying? So even, like, I'd rather be wrong or be right and just not know I was right than to be right and know I was right.
I got a question. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So check this out.
Right.
Y'all at home.
Right.
Fire break out.
Right.
Yes.
Your girl there.
Yeah.
Right.
My Duke's there.
Yeah.
Who you saving?
Ooh.
Who you saving?
Moms. My girl is young. She can move. She can run.
That's a good answer, Fran. I'm going with that one too. Go ahead. I mean, you gonna die with the ship if it happens. Okay. Go with it. Go with it.
Exactly. Like my
mom get out.
Yeah, mom need help. My girl, she got legs. She can run. She's in shape.
All right. So here you go. They both
She's
sleep.
a
Who's waking up first?
They both sleep. Who waking up first?
Who you waking up first?
Ooh, mom.
I can make Listen, if I yell, everybody gonna be up.
No.
Yeah.
Who you waking up first?
Oh, you want to do it specifically? Who I'm gonna wake up first?
He's like, oh, you really want me to answer this question?
I feel like what's the scenario? Like, give
It's
me
a
the
fire.
scenario.
It's the same thing. It's a fire.
What are we doing? Everybody sleep?
Everybody sleep.
How is the fire?
Okay, I'm assuming
is
that
the fire raging or is the fire just starting? These are valid questions. This is valid
What
questions.
part of the house are we on? What part of the house is on fire?
All right. So check it out. Here you go. Y'all
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
You got money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Strong money.
Strong.
You living in a condo
Right.
Yes.
downtown.
Yes.
Word.
73rd floor.
Ooh.
Word.
Fire breakout
Where?
on the 53rd floor.
Mm.
My dude sleep.
Yep.
Girl sleep.
Yep.
Who you waking up first?
Sound like I got time.
It don't, right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because he said the 53rd floor, and I'm looking like, I mean, it don't.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I might stay in the house. Like, what I'm gonna do?
You gonna stay up there?
Try to run through the fire?
Hey man, I'm trying to get up out of there.
Nah,
You
bro.
never know.
I might just be like, you know what? We might have a better chance of just sticking it out up here, man.
Somebody said, if we go, we high, baby.
Yeah, go to the roof. Get the helicopter.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's plenty of time. Go to the roof.
Helicopter access. If we're on the 53rd floor, if we're on the 70th,
You got some money long enough to get a helicopter?
No,
I don't know.
No,
Hey,
I'm saying like this because if
Because Channel 2 gonna watch you.
if the building if the building is on fire, right, and they're trying to evacuate the building, we can't go to the 53rd floor because there'll be fire everywhere, so we're not getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
So we either stay put in our collective condo units or we go to the top floor where I'm pretty sure they can bring a helicopter up so they can load us up the helicopter, take us out, and it won't be that fast, but it'll be better than going down to the 53rd floor. Because now me and Cam both said that we picking up our moms, helping our moms out. You think that we gonna have the strength to try not to breathe in smoke and for our moms to breathe in smoke, trying to get to the 53rd floor to get down? What if the fire makes everything unstable? So now we walking literally on eggshells, trying not to fall down from the 53rd floor all the way down to the first floor. Or am I thinking about this too much? Maybe I'm thinking about
No,
this
I
too
think
much.
you're on a good stream of consciousness right now. I say keep going.
I'm just saying, like, it makes sense to go to the roof. Now, if the people, the helicopter, police, and the ambulance, whatever, don't come with the helicopter, then that's a whole different story.
And it's in that sense, because when I think about it, I think must be winter time, and it's cold outside. So I'm staying in my apartment, so I know that there's gonna be a helicopter on top of the roof.
That's fair too. That is fair because you don't know how long you're gonna be out.
So
there.
y'all answer is basically wait for just hope for the best. We just gonna wait it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
Or
That's a manly answer.
Or we
That's
can
a manly
collectively
answer.
get some bed sheets together, tie them up, and try to,
At the 73rd floor, bruh.
Boy,
to
this
go
is
past-
not Mission Impossible 3.
listen,
You
man.
is not making it. You're not making it on this skyscraper. All right. So check this out. I seen this video, right? This guy was talking about how to survive an elevator free fall, and he said, like most people would think, oh, right before it's about to hit the bottom, you jump.
Mhm.
And here's my question: how do you know you're about to hit the bottom?
And
Wait. Repeat that one more time.
So basically, he's talking about like how to survive if an elevator just breaks and starts free falling.
Then he said, okay.
So he was like, most people would think to jump at the last minute and like to kind of try to, negate the force.
Mm-mm.
What he says is you should lay down flat so that the force will be evenly distributed over your entire body in the elevator, right? Here's my question. How do you know when you're about to hit the bottom?
There's a
I
lot
think
of
you just lay down.
There's a lot
Figure
of
it out.
things. There's a lot of things I want to.
You immediately lay down. You don't need to wait till then.
There's a lot of things I want to tackle right now. So, so answer your question. How do you know? So, not all elevators have like the thing on them. Like it shows you like what floor. Like some elevators, like you press a button and it just takes you there, so you don't know what floor you're on. But then again, on top of that, like it may not even be accurate. That is, because technology on technology. You know what I'm saying? So you might be falling, and it might be saying that you on the 5th floor when you really on the 3rd floor. That's possible. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Why does that make sense?
Man, I'm just saying. But when you go and you think about jumping up and trying to get the force, no. Because when you're in the air, like, you would think that gravity or no type of pull or anything would do anything to you. Nah, you going up, my guy. You going up and hitting the ceiling with force. Laying down, I like that. I like that idea of laying down. But my only thing about that is, what if whatever you landing on isn't a soft landing, and it just literally
This is a free falling
But see,
elevator.
I don't think,
Nothing.
are you landing or are you staying flat and then just like on the ground as this whole thing is going down? Are you trying to say you afloat?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, so this is the water bottle. This is you, right? In an elevator, right? So if you're laying down, right?
Right.
And you're going down, but let's just say that, okay, this phone case is right there. This is what this is at the bottom of the elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not at the bottom of the elevator, but this is at the bottom of the floor, right?
Yeah.
Where it would normally come down and land gently on this.
Right.
What if it doesn't land gently on this, right? And this doesn't have any type of give.
Okay.
And it just pierces through it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's kind of terrifying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, like, is it like one of those, or is it like one of those where it's just gonna stop how it's supposed to stop, but just a little bit harder, and it's gonna have some give, and then that way laying flat will be cool. But if it bursts through the floor and you're laying flat, then you just getting a skish kebab.
So here's the thing: there is no way to guarantee you not gonna break your back on this, whether you jump up in the air or whether you land flat.
I think the okay, go ahead.
I'd rather shatter my legs. I'd rather jump in the air and once it hit there, because what if it do pierce through? How you know jumping in the air won't save you? How you know it won't knock you to the other side? When it hit, and then that might say your legs are gonna be gone. But hey,
I think we're missing the most important part here. Do you realize that you have to time that perfectly? That split second to jump right before it hits? Because it could say 1, but that doesn't mean it's about to hit directly on the thing when it says 1. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be watching that anyway. I'll be counting seconds. I'm like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, jump.
But if you're not looking at the numbers, and we don't know for sure how accurate the numbers will be anyway, even if they were accurate, you still don't know when you're going to jump. Like, when's the right time to jump?
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a hypothetical.
And we
You got real cerebral.
Yeah, this is getting...
It is, but no, I like this because, you know what? It's cool because we could like have these type of conversations, just talk about this and just like put a lot of depth into it. Have you ever tried asking your girl or a girl in general these type of questions and they just look at you like, why would you even ask me that?
Yeah.
And
Or they get mildly stressed out by the hypothetical you just put in there and you're just like, yo, I'm just making this up. Yeah.
I think that's the equivalent of when they sit and ask you, like, all right, if I was to be paralyzed for the waist down, would you still love me? I think it's along the lines of them questions. Because why are we talking about that?
Hey, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong though.
Because they be like, oh, men talk about stupid stuff, and it's just like, bro, you just asked me would I still love you if you was bald head. What are you talking about? I don't like.
Oh, that's funny.
Would you stay with your girl if she was bald?
Hey, don't do that, bro. Don't friendly fire on us, bro.
No. Would y'all stay with your girl if she was bald?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Sanaya Lathan.
That's fine. She could be bald.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's real easy. But you know what's hard to talk about? Which would you rather get mauled by? A lion or an elephant? That's a serious question.
Elephant.
Lion. Because I believe, no, see, when a lion gets you, it's just biting the neck and it's a wrap. They don't play with their food or whatnot. An elephant, you getting trampled, my guy. You might get tossed up in the air.
Hey, is it weird that I just want to know what they feel like though? Like, is it weird that I just I just want to know if you feel like you want my elephant? Like what would it feel like to get a couple tons of just like on you, just bang bang? Like, I don't know.
Ain't no bang bang, bro. It's one bang and you gone, bro.
I don't know.
You might
bro.
even get a full bang. You might get a
Is it anybody that ever survived being stepped on by an elephant?
I don't know.
Oh man.
But like, I feel like
I can't look it up.
yeah, you can look it up. But I feel like an elephant would like toss you in the air with his trunk or something, and then stomp on you. Or you might get gored if it got tusk.
Oh, like stab right through, spear right through. Do like Frieza did Krillin.
Oh man.
Damn, that's a hurt, bro.
The fact that you mentioned that, but you don't watch anime like that kind of.
Hey, listen.
He said he's seen something. Bro.
Dragon Ball Z was lit. At the same time, though, I didn't really have like my homies like that. I didn't have the channel for it, so I only watched it a couple times. But I remember Frieza got killed by Frieza. That was memorable. The boy had his horn up in him. It's wild.
That's adorable. You talking about something from like what, the second, maybe third season, possibly?
Remember, you talking about?
Are you trying to disrespect me?
I know.
You hear him disrespect me? I'm like, man.
I'm joking with
That's
you.
wild.
You want to know what's wild? No, you want to know what's wilder? That whole series took like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it took like 5 episodes to get to that part.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's Dragon Ball for you, or Dragon Ball Z, I should say. Because I like it's Dragon Ball is a blur, but Dragon Ball Z, like that's the thing. Like it took like 5 episodes for them to get through like a fight, maybe more than that. Because they would take an episode where they just talking back and forth and them powering up.
Oh, the dialogue, man,
Yeah,
the build-up was crazy.
You can watch all of like Dragon Ball Z in times 4 speed.
That's fair.
Like you just watch it in times 4 speed because at the end of the day, like the dialogue's so slow. They be sitting there charging up, doing all sorts like that. Right? Just run it back real fast.
I thought about that.
I still think it's wildly entertaining, but you know.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, no. I got one person who survived getting like gored by it.
But not stepped on. Because yeah, that is like a ton.
Yeah, so it said he was 68 too, which is crazy that he survived that. But yeah. Nope. Everybody got trampled to death.
That's like a truck running over you. You could maybe.
That's crazy.
If it's real fast.
Yo, wait, they used to execute people by elephant? Yo.
Dang,
Yo.
man, you scared.
Bro,
Yeah, bro. That's crazy.
They used to execute people by horses. They tie you up to the horse and let the horse drag you.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
It's crazy we can say facts to that, but we've never seen it. We just know it happened in history. We just know it happened in history. It's just like, man, facts. They did used to do that. Like, nobody saw that. Not nobody that's living.
That's funny.
But, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Talk.
I got some things to get off my heart, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Hit us with it, bro.
All right. We doing relationship or no?
We can talk about anything, bro.
I just want to be, because you
I'm
know.
cool with it.
Yeah, stop.
Is the lot empty or is the lot full?
Is that the
The
question?
lot is whatever you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all
bro.
right. So
Hey,
check this.
smoke.
Hey, man. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all could sleep in separate beds with y'all girl, would y'all?
Sleep in separate beds.
Separate beds.
You mean
Like they did in the 50s,
Oh, dog.
in the 40s.
You mean
Dog.
live in the same house and sleep in different beds?
You know what's crazy, bro? I've been thinking about that. Because the other day we took a nap and she was like in the middle of the bed and like took all the blankets. And I was sitting here like, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'll be like, move over. And she'd be like, there's no space over there. I'm like, look at it. There's plenty of space.
Dog.
And so I'm kind of
That spare bedroom.
And here, here's the other thing too. Okay, my parents. There's a lot of times where I used to wake up. My dad was on the couch, just because it was just a better situation for him. Like I'm not gonna put my Dukes on blast, but there were just certain things that made it hard for Pops to fall asleep. So he'd be on the couch, and it was like a thing as a kid. I never was like, oh man, my mom and dad having like marital issues. It was just like, nah, dad just needed space. That's it. So. Like, I don't know, like, so basically I'm like, would I rather sleep on a couch or sleep in a pre-made, already ready for me bed that's, like, gonna be right? And I feel feel like I would say, yeah, like I wouldn't be against it. You know what I mean? In a certain season of life where it's just like, bro, I'm not getting the rest that I need. Then the only way for me to get that rest is for me to sleep in a bed by myself. Kind of makes sense.
I'm cool with it. It's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got separate beds. You know what I mean? And like you said, like getting that quality sleep, because I've been in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Sleep, and I notice that the space is not equal. You know, I'm over here on a little sliver half of the bed, trying to sleep comfortably. You know, all the meanwhile she just sleeping. I'm just like, all right, man.
You won't come. All right. So the reason why I asked is because, man, I was dating this girl, and I told her, I was like, yo, like, in my mind, when I get married, there is no kicking me out the bedroom to go sleep on the couch. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
And she was like, that's crazy. Why wouldn't you do that? I'm like, cause it's my bed.
Right.
Why would I go sleep on the couch? Cause you mad. That don't make sense to me. Now keep in mind, albeit I'm single now, so that goes to say a lot. but I was willing to die on that hill because I've never understood that. I'll go sleep on the couch. It's like, no.
Yeah, no.
I'll pay for this. No. This is no.
I don't know, man. I think that's a pride thing.
I won't deny that, but why I gotta go sleep on the couch? Why I gotta go be uncomfortable because you mad at me?
First off, what I've been told is the first good purchase that you make as a man when you marry is you buy a nice, comfortable couch. That's what I've been told. But also on that, you got peace. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, if you get into it with your wife or your girl, whatever, and y'all both, it's only one bed in the crib, right? And like y'all really get into it. Do you really want to be around? Like, I'm not saying like leave the crib, but I'm saying like, do you really just want to sleep next to your girl and y'all both just beefing angry at each other? Like, you can feel the tension in the room. Y'all just got through arguing, cussing each other out, if that's what y'all do, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I ain't probably sleeping well anyway on that one, so couch don't sound too bad. I'm probably playing video games or something tonight. Like, I'm probably like,
man, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good
That's
point.
what I'm saying, because that's the thing too, bro. That's the thing too. Like, we play games. Like, let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
I have toiled with fire and smoke all my life, sir.
Let me ask you this question.
But I'm not.
Let me ask you this question,
Go
right?
ahead.
If your girl goes to lay down, and she said that she wants you to go and lay down with her, and you full of energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't sleepy at all. You gonna lay down?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as she falls asleep, I'm getting right back up. Easy.
You gonna hear that beep of that PlayStation go?
Easy.
I can literally envision that. You just slip away.
Easy.
And you be trying to turn up all you down, like, yo, listen.
Telling me I gotta be an 11-year-old again?
Nah, bro. I swear, like, I think like a couple weeks ago, I already had that revelation for myself. I was just like, man, because like she go to sleep earlier than I do, so it's always like FaceTime, and I'm like, all right, good night, and then I'm up for like another hour and a half before I go to bed. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go to sleep. You're gonna chill out, do the thing. I'm gonna go work on some music for like an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So that's because I'm thinking about all the time I have to like to achieve other things, all the things I'm trying to achieve, and I'm like, well, that's probably the best way for me to achieve that one. Is that like, oh, I gotta make that time at the end. The night's up, we chilling. She go to sleep. She falls asleep easy. Like, it's just like, give her 30 seconds by herself, she's gonna knock out. So I'm like, bet. Give you that 30 seconds. Cool. Sit there. You know, you gotta wait it out a little bit. She gotta hit the REM cycle. You got 5 minutes, said that? Slide on out. And go do your thing.
Oh. I'm gonna tell you something, man. My boxer coach told me a while ago. That man looked me square in the face and he told me, he said, you know what your problem is? I was like, no, but shoot. I mean, I ain't feel like being read today, but we here. He was like, you got too much fight in you. He like, you still got fight in you. He like, that's your problem. You ain't learned yet. I was like, what you mean? He's like, man, like you still willing to fight. Like you ain't gave that up yet. And he's like, that's why your relationships don't work out. And we was tight. So
Yeah.
he knew. And it was just like, so you telling me I gotta, relinquish that. So essentially I'm selfish. With fire. Like it's selfish fire. So once I release that, I'll be good. Relationship wise. Hell yeah. I don't like that.
Why? Because he hit you two on the head, or you just is like,
no, like I don't like the prospect. I don't like that. You telling me I gotta not stand my ground? Like if you want peace, yeah. Like no, why can't we just be right when we right? And then I get that famous one. Would you rather be right? Would you rather be happy? And it's just like, I'd rather have joy. I'd rather have joy. I'd rather have joy.
I feel like you just about picking your battles. Like you just got you can fight, but you gotta pick your battles. Like I've been finding that like moments you just don't. You just like, you know what? That's a fight I'm not willing to have because this is not worth it. It's the being right in this one is not worth it. There are ones where being right will be entirely worth it, and for those,
you down?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
You're down on hills, but
I'm ready because you're way more ready for those ones when you realize what they are.
You ever been in like mid argument or something, and then you realize what you want to say next, but you realize if you say that, then everything just gets blown up times 10.
Yeah.
So then you just be like, you know what, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you also can't say never mind either. Because then once you say never mind, they're like, what? And then you like nothing. And then they like, what? And then you like nothing. And then they like, what? And then you like nothing. And then they like, what? And then you like, and those are the last sounds he made.
Yeah, bro. Then you say what you say, and it's like World War VI in there, bro. Like
yeah,
it's. Listen, man. What I've learned, bro. Like Cam said, you just gotta pick your battles. It's not necessarily about being right all the time, because it's everybody. You can't learn if you're constantly right all the time.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And while you may be right, that other person may be in the process of learning, but they can't learn it if you're right. If that makes sense. I'm not saying consistently.
That does not. Here's why I said, I didn't say I would rather be right than to be happy. I said I'd rather have joy.
Oh, I know what you said. I know what you meant by that too. I know.
It's a difference. It's a difference. Because I want to have joy. That means circumstantially, whether I'm right or wrong, I want to still be able to enjoy what I have. Now, does that mean that I'm unwilling to compromise? No, I don't mind compromise. Here's my problem. I have a problem with compromising on accountability. Because I feel like as men, we're held to a higher standard. We're held to, a standard that's above us, and that's one that it's not necessarily a bad thing to try to meet. So it's like, all right. So when I tell you when I meet you, hey, if it comes down to an argument, I'm not sleeping on no couch. Because I've been in a relationship where we had a bed and we was in our room, and when we was angry, I didn't go sleep nowhere else but the bed in that room while she was right there steaming. I'm talking about, she could have killed me in my sleep. I have slept next to danger. Okay? I don't know about y'all. If y'all seen Talladega Nights, when that man said, he like, hey man, if you can drive with the fear, drive with the fear. I drove with the fear. It's cool. It's not that bad.
I'm about to say something.
Say something.
Well, I think what Fred was talking about was the whole, like, it's somewhat of a pride thing as well, right? What cancels it though is if you hold meekness as a virtue rather than a value.
Say that one more time.
You gotta hold meekness
Mm-hmm.
as a virtue,
Mm-hmm.
not a value.
Why don't you expand on that for the folks?
Man, come on.
Meekness is something to live by,
Teach me something.
not something to have in moments, or to just, you know what I mean. It's like so when you think about meekness in and of itself, it's like, yo, knowing that you're fully capable of winning this argument, but understanding that that's not what needs to happen in this moment. The whole picking your battles type thing, right? Like there are certain fights that you just are not willing to, like, that just are so foundationally like important that you can't waver from them. But there are other things where it's like, you know what, this isn't foundational, this isn't to the core, so I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let my opinion be heard, but I'm not gonna let it hold anything, because at the end of the day, like, I know I could win this argument because I know that I'm right. But holding that meekness as a virtue rather than a value says, you know what, that's okay.
Mm.
Hey,
You just said something.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I might be ready for a relationship. All it
Hey.
took was 10, 15 seconds.
Hey,
What?
meekness as a virtue,
And not
not
a
a
value.
value.
Oh man,
All right.
that's the name. That's the
Yeah.
name of this one. Meekness.
But at least in the snippet though.
Right.
That was pretty.
Yeah. Put my man's out there in that.
Yeah.
I like
but-
2 weeks in a row with the snippets. I like that. I like
That's
that.
nice.
Relationship guru over here. I like that.
Hey, bro, I done been through some stupid stuff to get to this point. I'll tell you what. I done been through some stupid stuff to get to this point.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Like,
What's the dumbest thing y'all did in a relationship?
Dumbest thing I ever did in a relationship.
Dumbest thing you ever did. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Man.
Allegedly.
Oh man, it's countless.
Sheesh. Trying to think like
I'm
allegedly.
Yeah.
Man. I think I mean at one point. Oh. Not okay, that's not technically not in the relationship. There's some dumb, like, okay, we're talking about dumb like funny, or we talking dumb like
Dumb
you
funny.
like this backfired on you, you was sitting there looking dumb. Which one?
You asked me. Okay, do I have to give a story?
No, I'm asking you because you asked us the question.
No, I'm
saying-
asking eventually.
asking the,
Will my turn come around?
yeah, sure. But
Oh,
I'm just
dumb
asking which-
funny. Dumb funny.
Dumb funny, not
funny.
dumb.
Mm-mm.
Yo. Hey.
Mm-mm.
All right, check this. This is not technically in a relationship. This was before a relationship was like, I had this weird situation where I started like talking to 2 girls at one time. And my friends were all, I've already admitted to them that it was the goofiest thing I ever did. And they were like, trying to tell me, hey, you're being goofy. And I was like, I don't know, guys. It's okay. But at the end of all of it, it was like,
All right.
yeah, this is goofy. And the worst part is that at the end of all of it, I ended up like dating both of those girls at different times. Like dated one, then that thing ended, and ended up dating the other one after like that thing ended, and kind of like I went through that process or whatever like that. So like it was just dumb though. Like if you look back on my life, like I wish I could go back and not do that. Please ask your question.
So
Yes.
you ended up getting what you were after initially.
I was trying to figure out what I wanted. I dated one girl, and there were things that she had that I liked, but then the other things that I didn't, and got to the point where it was just like, yeah, this is not gonna go anywhere further. So I did that, and then on the back end, it was like, oh, then I started talking to that other girl again. I was talking to her before, and I made honestly, I think I made one of the things I made a mistake, bro. If we're getting real honest, I made a mistake of not trusting my own instincts. And being like, you know what, like trying to forgive for something that I just should have been like, that's cool, like forgive, but I'm not gonna move, like I'm not gonna forgive and then forget, essentially, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna forgive and just like move forward. I forgave and kind of like move past it. And then when it came down to like making the decision later to break that relationship off, it was like, dang, part of the reason why I ended that was from stuff that I felt from that incident that made me feel like I shouldn't have trusted you essentially, right?
Right.
So I think that the back end, it was just like, man, like I really should have just trusted myself on that and just been like, you know what? As much as there is this like this connection like that, I knew from the jump that like there were things that were said and things that happened that were like not cool, that I should have been like, I should have just stayed pat and stayed home. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, yeah, you find her attractive, and yeah, you like have a good time with her at that, but she's not your wife, so don't entertain it no more. You know, and that's where I was. But that's a long little thing on my thing. But to get to a joke thing, bruh. This is a long story, but I think it's worth a joke. Okay, my brother was in like high school. In the high school, he just graduated. Was hanging out with this girl, and so they were hanging out like pretty consistently over the summertime. And so at one point, they're chilling in her car at that. He calls a lift for himself to get back home. And she's like, while he's waiting for the lift, we lift about to pull up. She's like, hey, so like, what are we doing? My brother was like, shh, like he didn't know what to say. Like so this nigga, so he said the coldest thing. Mind you, when he just said to her, like she said that, and he just said, huh? And she said, never mind. And he said, okay. Mind you, right? Like when he told me that, like my brother's 5 years younger than me, right? So I had to be like 22 and he was 17. And I was just like, yo, I can't believe you just did her like that, bro. I was like, I cannot believe you. I couldn't believe that he would do such a thing. I was just like, that's so wild. I don't know, about like 2 years later, I'm texting the girl. The night and I run into her like that. And she was going to the store by herself. And it was like late. I was like, don't go to the store by yourself. I'll go with you tomorrow. Like that, right? And so, you know, in hindsight, it was pretty flirty. I didn't really like think about it at the moment, but I was being hella flirty. And so then that night we're texting, and then she kind of lets her feelings slip out a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay. And at that time, I like got in a relationship a couple months ago, but I wasn't ready for nothing new. So I'm sitting there like, okay, like I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, because I didn't really respond. It was late. I was like, I'm gonna sleep, or I might have responded, but like just kind of like played it off, whatever that, right? So the next day, I told her I was gonna go to Target with her. We go to Target, we walk over there, and ride the bus back. On the bus, I'm sitting there at the window, she's sitting in the aisle, and she said, "So were you surprised with what I said last night?" And I was like, "Yo, I'm not ready to deal with this. What am I gonna do?" You know what I said, Darius?
Yes, sir.
I said, huh? And she said, never mind. And I said, okay. Yo.
Talk about some
whoosh. And so the best part is about like a year later, I didn't tell my brother after it happened, I guess. So like a year later, I finally told him, and he was like, "You did what?" And I was like, "I didn't tell you." He was like, "Bro, you made me feel like I was a hoe for that, and you just did it, didn't tell me that." I was like, "Bro, hey." It was cold, but that was hilarious to me, because I'm sitting there like, the way I looked at my brother, like, I cannot believe you're disgusting to me. And in that moment, with my back against the wall, I said, hey, huh? Never mind.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think. You got one?
I ain't got nothing. I can't think of a funny one. I got to think of a million ones that's like bad, but like I can't think of one that was like ha 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 ha, like it's no, man, I can't think of nothing funny. I'm like, so a dumb thing that I did like early in my relationship was I tried to be the same person that I was with my friends with my girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a learning thing of like, yo, girl, you don't act the same way around your guys like you do your girl. Like your girl's supposed to get treated like better. It wasn't like I was treating her like crap or nothing, but it was like, so I met my girlfriend my senior year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So my senior year in high school was like my coming out year. Like it was my year where I found myself, and it was just like I was comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I became an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like a switch. It was like it just gradually became that, right? And everybody was laughing. It was like the a-hole that you hated to love. It was like, he's such an a-hole, but like he cool though. He cool peoples. You know what I'm saying? So like I would do that, like I would do a-hole things in my relationship because I thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was hilarious. Like I used to take my girlfriend's lunch tray and I used to hold it above my head so she couldn't get it.
That's hilarious.
To y'all. To me at the time, it was hilarious as well. Until I got grabbed by the collar and I was told like, yo, it's not funny. Not literally, but like it was just like
This is Sierra?
Yeah. Thanks for putting
Well,
the
I
name.
can't put the name out there.
I mean, like you can, but it's just.
I didn't.
It's fine. It's fine. But
no, you don't. No. Cut that out because the face you made at me was like, what you do? I'm sorry.
No, you fine, bro.
No. Cut that out. Cut that out. Don't let me. Don't.
No, cause like it's like she just told me like she put me aside like yo like you can be that with your little friends or whatnot, but no, you're not being that with me. Like we're not gonna be together. You can treat me like this.
You got a stern talking to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, oh, so I thought it was funny to you because like sometimes you would be laughing. You were like, oh, that was me laughing or pretending to laugh, so I wouldn't beat the hell out of you or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, word, cool. So I stopped.
Fair enough.
But see, man, bro, that was a phase. That was a phase. And then once she told me that, like I kind of sort of slowly but surely stopped being an a-hole altogether.
Yeah.
But it was a phase, bro.
Yeah.
It was a man.
Can I ask y'all a question?
What?
Y'all ever had somebody straighten you out with a whisper?
Like as a kid? Like somebody like a grown adult?
Like as a teenager. Let me give you an example. Prom night, right? Now, this wasn't my prom. This was an older girl's prom, right? So I was
right.
She asked me out to prom or whatever. I'm like a junior. Anyway, so I go. There was this girl there that I had hit on once before, and she shot me down, but it wasn't like no hard feelings or whatever. So I was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? I was just trying to be like festive. So I'm like, all right, like, hey, how you doing? I just like, just like side hugged her or whatever.
Yeah.
So as I did that, she leans into my ear and go, don't ever do that again. And I was just like, what? Okay, what just happened? What did I do?
Yeah.
What was wrong? She never explained it. We never talked after that. And I was just like, okay, all right. But that was the first time I ever seen. I seen that in like movies, but never like nobody in real life be like, don't ever do that again in front of anybody else. I'm like, all right, lady, whatever. But my dumb thing that I did, unfortunately, was, let's see, I had it until I just told that story and I just had to relive that flashback. Nigga, that was cringy.
You're just like,
Oh, man.
I was thinking about a flashback when you said that about prom. Like, I got my whole little prom story, bro. And that was...
I got a funny prom story.
You want to do prom stories next?
Oh, I got prom stories.
It wasn't my prom. It was like one of those things, like kind of like it wasn't my prom that happened, but it was like.
We're doing prom stories.
All right.
Yes.
So I think the dumbest, like dumb funny. Yeesh. Never mind. Let's do prom stories. That'd be better. Cause I kind of forgot what mine.
All right. Fair enough. Frederick.
There's gonna be a lot of cuts.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, we did. I was lying to you. I really did it on purpose. I'm just willing to choose it today.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Violence.
So like it wasn't my prom story, but like it was from my ex, right? So we were together, and prom was coming up, and I remember being on her Facebook one day, and she was talking. No, some guy was talking to And he was like, yeah, like, I can't wait to see you at prom or something like that. And I was confused because she was in the same grade that I was in. She was a junior at the time. And I'm looking like, well, I'm a junior. We don't got prom this year. Prom is next year. So I'm trying to, I ask about it. You know, I'm like, yo, like, what's this prom talk? What's this guy talking about? You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, she tells me, she's like, oh, well, he asked me to prom. And I didn't want to tell him no because I felt like it'd be mean. So I'm going to prom with him. Yes. So this is me with my first love, first relationship. And I looked at it and I was like, I'm upset, but it's not really nothing I can do about it now. So I just let it rock.
Ooh.
And she went to prom with him. Prom pictures, all that good stuff when it rolled around and everything. Meanwhile, we were still together all the while after that happened, or after I found out about it, all the way leading up to prom, even after prom.
Sounds like a villain origin story if you ask me.
No. At the time, it was something. Now I could just laugh about it. Like, bro. Because it goes.
All say.
No, stupid. No, because it goes back to thinking. This nigga stupid. No, it goes back to thinking about like all the stupid things you did when you was in love, like your first love, when you ain't know no better.
That was love.
You know what I'm saying? Like you overlook a lot of things.
No, wide open.
I feel like I've done the love thing so many times. I can't remember what the first one was.
What? You never had a love horror story, bro?
Love horror story?
We all over the place.
Oh, I got that. I think I got the one that turned me into a bit of a savage. I got that one.
We gonna keep that in the bag. We gonna keep that. What's the prom story? I'm ready.
Prom story, man. I had prom for both years, right? Junior, senior year. Okay. So if anybody ever listening to this and they not gone to prom yet, this is your warning now. Okay. Go with your homies. Don't go with the girl everybody telling you to go with. I repeat, go with your homie, your homegirl. Do not go with the girls your homie said to go with. Because junior year, I went with the homie. Shout out Jessica. We had a great time. It was dope. Senior year, all the homies were like, "Hey, go with this one girl, right? Go with her like that. Like you'll be cool, like that." And I'm like where, and kind of the sentiment was like, "Oh, y'all will hook up, like that, right?" And so I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm 17. I'm trying to see what's up,
right?
But and me and her were cool. But I didn't know the extension of like what was going on with her, right? So we get to the spot for the prom. Like everybody, we're taking pictures and stuff like that. We get to that spot before we take the little party bus over to prom. Okay, taking pictures, everything's cool at that. She's a little awkward, but it's okay at that, right? She look nice, it's cool, right? I'm chilling. We get on the bus, the party bus, and we're chilling. Everybody like doing their thing. I'm just happy to be with my homies. Everybody's cool and like that. And then while we're in the bus, all of a sudden she's just like, "I can't believe I have to do this whole thing sober." I said, "What? What?" I had no idea this girl was low-key a drug addict. I had no idea, and nobody told me that, and everybody knew the type of time I was on. That wasn't the type of time I was on. Like, not like that. So I'm trying to say here, like, what are they trying to set me up with her for, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But when I found that out, I was sitting there like, what? And basically, long story short, I just really didn't see her the rest of the prom. Like, we got to the prom spot. I kicked it. I was dancing like that. She didn't want to dance like that because she was too sober to enjoy it. I was like, dang, that's tough. I went out, did my thing, had a good time with homies. I cannot tell you where she ended up that night. I can't tell you how she got from place to place. Because I just kind of was like, well, I'm going to do my thing because this is wild. It was my senior year, my last prom. That last time seeing all these folk like that, like, for real. That, like, I'm not doing that. Like, but I was bogus. So I'm sitting there like, bro, if I went with Jessica again, because Jessica was a year younger than me. So she was a sophomore when I was a junior. I thought if I took her again, junior, senior time like that, we just would have had a great time again, and it'd have been cool. Wouldn't have been no pressure like that. We just cooled it. I'm like, man. So I told my brother, the same thing. I said, bro, go with your homie. Don't go with that girl. Everybody telling you to go with that. Don't. But my brother was like, mentally, he was like, I gotta go with somebody fine. Like the pictures gotta look dope, like that. And long story short, it was trash. Like the whole thing for him was trash. I remember I came home like super like late that night, and then I was like about to go to sleep, and he came in the house at like 4 a.m. and I was like, bro, you good? I was like, yeah, like, how was prom? He was like, it was trash, and I won't talk about it. I was like, all right, we'll talk about it in the morning. The morning comes, and he told me like, yo, but she was just not it. And I was like, man, try to tell you, bro, take your homegirl. Don't do it. So anybody listen to that is young. Take your homegirl. Don't take the girl everybody talking about taking.
Bro, my prom was trash, bro. Not my time at prom was trash. I'll put it like that. Cause like I remember my dad taking me to go get fitted for a tux. Paid for it and everything. All I had to do was go pick it up once I got fitted for it, right? I went, picked it up, didn't try it on. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, when you get your tux to pick it up, try it on before you leave. Because I didn't try it on until the day of. So I got it and I put it on. It's too short. So I'm flooding in this tux.
1960 style.
I am flooding. In order for my pants to hit my ankles, I gotta sag. And I'm not trying to sag, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the blazer jacket, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It stopped before it hit my wrist and everything, bro. It was just tragic.
Wow.
And me and my friend at the time, like, we put on for a limo. So it was me and my girl going, and then it was just him. So it was just 3 of us in a limo.
Yeah.
So get the prom. Prom is kind of sort of meh.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they gave us food, which was trash. They had, like, I remember they had, like, little bottles of Sprite, maybe about, like, this big or something like that. That's all I remember. And then, like, you had some people dance, but a lot of people was just, you know, going around because we had it at the what? The Hyatt?
Yeah, like the Hyatt or something like that.
Something.
McCormick.
No, McCormick place.
McCormick. Yeah.
But it was downtown. But there were other high schools having their prom too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people from, you know what I'm saying, they was just wandering from prom to prom or whatnot.
Yeah.
But anyway, me and my girl, we were there. It was a mess time, whatever. We danced a little bit. Then it was time to go to get in the limo, right? So we called the limo up, and then the limo driver said, like, yo, I got to get y'all to the crib because, you know, I got other stops to make or whatnot. And I was kind of sort of confused because I'm just thinking, didn't we pay for you, like, the whole night? I could have sworn that's what we did. But apparently that wasn't the case. So, dropped my girl off at about 11?
Mm-hmm.
11-ish, 10-ish, or something like that. And then I get to the crib probably about 11:30. And I was just mad, bro. I wasn't mad, but I was disappointed. It's like, it wasn't nothing that I thought it was going to be at all.
Yeah.
It was a dry prom, bro.
Yeah.
It was dry. Then I had to go home early. You know what I'm saying?
That stuff, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ain't no going out to eat and, like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that.
There was no after party?
So here's the thing. There was an after party. My friend had an after party, right?
Yeah.
And we was all supposed to go. But when we was going for the bus was coming and everybody ran. But I was just like, bro, I don't feel like running. So it was me and my brother, right? Me and my brother looked at everybody else run to the bus, to catch the bus, to get to the after party. And he was like, bro, I don't feel like running. He's like, I don't feel like running either. So we went to this restaurant that we used to call Old Faithful.
Dang.
And we just got like some Italian beef and whatnot. Just went back to the crib, ate that, watched some anime or something, chill, bro. Tragic. And and the thing about it is, we missed out on a good after party though.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Cause we was blowing this man for, yo, where you at, man?
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't coming.
Dang, bro.
Look, cause
I was actually wondering, as soon as you started telling me, I was just wondering where Darius was at. I looked at his face and he was like, yeah, bro, this dude, man, really did this.
look, hey, bro, I cut up on my prom. I cut up at prom. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
The highlight of my prom was walking in the McDonald's on 63rd and Ashland through the drive-thru to get a burger because I was so drunk. I needed to sober up before I got home. Like I'm
You
talking.
walked through the drive-thru.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking fresh, casket fresh. I'm in the drive. I'm talking
Gasket fresh.
suit, shoes,
Yo.
whole nine, bro. I walk clean up to the drive-thru. I'm like, yo, hey, it's like 12. I know y'all closed, but look, I'm hungry. Yo, I need to sober up before I get to the crib. They like, boy, we don't serve nobody walking up through the drive-thru, boy. Like, what does you want? They like, Shorty, would you just come from prom? I'm like, yeah, bro, I just left prom. They like, you drunk? They like, you drunk? I'm like, man, look. They like, hey, man, look, gave me a whole meal free of charge. They like, Shorty, fresh in that thing. I ain't gonna lie, you fresh, man, homie, you fresh. I'm like, bro, I'm reaching into to get it, bro. I'm talking about I'm slapped. Man, I made it to the crib decent. Man, we was calling, where Fred at? Where Fred at? My bad. Where Fred at? Like, man, I ain't coming.
Yo, that's funny.
I was bummed, bro. Like the whole night just bummed me out, bro. Like I ain't had no energy after that, bro.
Man.
Bro.
See, we had 2 after parties, bro.
Bro.
Like we hit the after party and hit the after party. And both times I ended up sleeping at the same girl's house. Different houses. Like she had a different house junior year than she had senior year. But I stayed at her house both times. And yeah, and like there's a funny thing where like my dad didn't like peep it, like we was like on some like, you know, maybe on some stuff like that, because like I slept under this pool table. And I'm like, my big tail slept under the pool table. And I'm like, yo, didn't like, my dad came down, saw me and all that, just didn't think like nothing. Shout out Pop. I hope you don't hear this. I hope you don't hear this. But like, it was just so funny though, because like, man, like every time like this, I forgot I know what her name is. I'm not gonna say it on here, but like it was just funny, bro. Every time it was both 2 after parties, kick it, go crazy, go wild, go crazy. And 5 a.m, I'm at her house. And I didn't talk to her throughout the year. Like it wasn't like we was homies or something like that. It was just like for some reason every time I end up at her house.
Yo,
So shout out to her for having a safe place for me to land. You know what I mean? Because
that'd be the thing, bro. That'd be the thing, cause like low key, like that was like our graduation party.
Yeah.
Was just as fun, bro. Like I'm talking, that was like the first time I had Bacardi 151, bro.
I got a bad story.
Hey, nothing bad. All right, this is what.
Are we telling bad? Oh,
look.
Come
on.
Grad party?
Come on. What?
No, I mean,
I'm talking about the grad party.
Grad party.
I did something dumb on the grad party.
I was talking about parties in general. I got a story.
No.
Grad party, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm hanging out with this girl. I'm in a relationship. Me and the girl cool, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a bunch of rumors about me and her, whatever. None of that matters, right? Here's what's important. That's the first time I had Bacardi 151, bro, in my entire life, bro.
Okay.
I take 4 double shots of that. This stuff, you can set it on fire and it will burn, okay? This is the kind of, this is how strong this is. So I take double shots. I'm the only one. I'm down to like 2 or 3 of them. So I down all these double shots. And then I get my own personal cup. So they brought Coke.
Yeah.
For a chaser.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I don't taste it. All I taste is water. So nobody is drinking their cup. I done got so drunk, I'm just stealing cups. I'm just taking. I don't know what these people mouth been, bro. I don't know nothing. Like I'm just taking cups, drinking. I'm slapped. Walking this girl home. This girl and her son. I'm walking them home. I'm so drunk. I don't even remember most of that. So party over. Leave.
Right.
So I'm walking home.
Yeah.
When I say I made it 4 blocks and everything after that, I do not remember. Like, Ashland is a pretty big street.
Yeah.
I don't remember crossing that street. I remember seeing it afar off.
Yeah.
But I don't remember crossing that street. I just remember looking up and I'm at my mama's door knocking. She come, lay me in. I go upstairs. I'm sitting on the toilet, head in the sink, trying to throw up, cause I'm just tore up, right? So nothing. I'm like, okay, I just gotta sit with this. This cool. Keep in mind, it's probably like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised OG let me in. She had to know I was drunk.
Yeah.
So I go downstairs. I poured me a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. I still remember this. Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. I get a grape Everfresh. I still remember this. And a bottle of water. I go upstairs. I put on The Empire Strikes Back. I eat my cereal. I drink probably this much of the Everfresh, down the whole bottle of water, get the spins, pass out. Right? Now, I wake up in the morning and my brother like, who was pouring cereal at 3 o'clock in the morning? And my mama go, Darius? I'm like, are y'all really just gonna rat me out? Now I got the meanest hangover.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, hey, that cereal was fire. Fire. This is the reason I'm up right now. This is the reason why I can see the light. But I'm talking about that was the mean hangover. That was the fun. Man, look. But that grad party was dope. That was dope.
That was funny.
That was dope.
Yo. So I didn't even realize that was happening. Like grad parties happening, like graduation happened. Boom, 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 boom. Right after graduation, it was like okay, like we went to dinner for graduation, and then my mom brought me back to like the school because like we're taking the bus. You guys are taking the bus to grad party. I was like, oh, I didn't even like think about that. Like, okay, cool. Pull up. My homeboy had the little edibles on, so took one, but then my dumb self took 2. So.
Realized they was delicious.
They're delicious, right? Which I'm cooling. I'm cool. Normally at situation, I'm cooling at that time. Okay? Here's the problem. Okay? I get severe motion sickness. Where was the grad party taking us to? Where were we going? On a boat. On a boat. So mind you, I'm too cool having a good time to realize that I need Dramamine. Because when we used to go on these basketball trips, like we used to take a boat to these basketball tournaments like that, I always had Dramamine. I always knew what I was about. Like I knew I could not handle this. So like I was aware. But grad night, taking edible and chilling, I ain't think about it. So we chilling, everybody vibing, having a good time on the boat, and all of a sudden I just kind of tuck out into a corner somewhere. And if somebody wakes me up like, hey, we about to get off. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Get up, and I'm like, oh, not feeling too hot. I feel too hot because this whole thing. Because now I'm realizing the reason why I'm in this corner is probably because I started not feeling good, and I just went to go to the corner, go pass out for a little bit. So we get like on the bus, sitting on the bus, chilling. We driving over to the next location, which we're about to play broom ball. We get there, and I'm just like, man, I will not feel good. So my homeboy, he's like, Cam, let's go. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not feeling good. He's like, Cam, let's go, man. We gotta get going. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not feeling too good. He's like, Cam, let's go. And as he goes, like, let's go. Throw up everywhere on the bus, bro. Like all over the floor on the bus, bro. All over the floor. Everybody exit out of the emergency exit, bro. Because I had thrown up all over the floor, bro. Nobody was gonna pass that. It was a grip. So the rest of the night, our security guard who was shout out the dog. He was a security guard like at the school all the time. Like he went on the trip with us. So he I've known him since I was in like 7th grade. So he just was walking with me, trying to keep me like going good like that, giving me water and stuff like that. But like they're playing broom ball and I'm outside, passed out, hurt. Like I'm just like sitting on the bench like that, just hurt. We go to the next location. The next location after that is like a
Don't stop.
Yeah, bro. And then like the next location like that, like back on the bus. Like nobody like here's the cold part. There were parents on this trip, bro. Not a single one of them called my folks. Like we just got back on the bus and kept it pushing. So we got on the bus, got to the next location, and I'm still like doing bad. Like I'm sitting down, right? But I keep waking up because they start stacking cups on me. But they start stacking cups on my leg, like that. So they like at one point they stacked like 3 cups like on my kneecap, like 3 like one down, one up on top of that, and the other one on top of that one. And like I kept on waking up into between it like that, right? But we didn't end up leaving the grad party didn't end until like 5 in the morning, like 5, 6 in the morning. So then like by the time like 5 kicks in, it's finally when I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm straight, whew, good. So I get up, I start seeing what everybody's doing. People just being casual. Some people are chilling, sleeping, like that. And finally, I'm awake enough to be able to hang out, and everybody else is just tired. And next thing I know, it's like, all right, it's time to go. And so 6 in the morning, we get back to the school, and my dad is like, how was the trip? I was like, it was cool. It's cool. It's been nothing now. I got nothing. So I barely remember anything from that other than the fact that I got on the boat and I threw up. I was passed out the whole night. And that's the last time I've been in a room with everybody from our graduation party. Like you know what I mean? I ran into them, like, we had like not a reunion, but like everybody pulled up for like a party one time, like 6 months later. That was cool. But like I ain't seen everybody like since then. And I was like, man, now I'm trying to be a pastor. Right? Irony, bro.
Life.
Life, bro. Yeah, life, exactly.
I ain't got no grad school party, but I got some jokes. What's what I'm telling them? The one we was at Richard's house, or the one that I drunk all your liquor?
The one you drunk off, man.
Bet. So I'm staying all the way out in the hundreds, right, at the time. So Darius and our other friend come, and you know they come to pick me up, but they stop and chill because like they know my fam. You know what I'm saying? So they just sitting in the living room, just sitting up there talking and chilling and whatnot. And he hands me a bottle. He's like, "Yo, taste this," because that's what he does, right? Because he don't tell me what's in the bottle. He don't tell me nothing. He's just like, "Yeah, taste this."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, cool, bet." So I taste it. I'm like, "Oh, this smooth, this straight." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So them, they just sitting up there talking and whatnot, and I'm just in my room, just chilling, playing the game and whatnot, because like, I'm not, for whatever reason, I'm not trying to be a part of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just in my room chilling while they in the living room talking and whatnot. But I'm slowly but surely just still taking sips from this, right?
Yeah.
So we get ready to go,
Yeah.
right? And we say goodbye and everything, or it's like that, because we finna gonna be on my way to my friend's house. So we're in the car, and he asked for his drink back.
Allegedly.
No, you didn't ask for it back yet. That wasn't in the car. So I'm still sipping on it in the car.
Yeah.
Right? At this point, I don't know what I'm doing. Right?
You just an automatic at this point, right?
Yeah, right. Like we all talking in the car, we chilling and whatnot.
Yeah.
We get to my friend's house, right? That's when he asked for the bottle back. The bottle was like full when he gave it to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Bottle like this.
Yeah.
Like an Arizona bottle.
Yeah.
It was right here.
Mm-hmm.
This much is left.
Dang.
This is sterling silver Tanqueray with lime juice.
At this point, I'm drinking it, and it's like water to me.
Yeah.
And he's asking, like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, what happened to the rest of them?" Like, bro, I've been drinking it. What are you talking about?
Because it was expensive at the time, and I was young, and I ain't had no.
He was mad.
Yeah.
He was mad. And I'm just looking like, bro, I don't know what you're getting mad for. Like, it was good. Like, make some more, bro. It ain't that serious. You know?
That's funny.
So we all just sitting up there, we chilling and everything. And then they say, all right, let's take a walk to the gas station. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because the gas station wasn't nothing more than like 5 minutes away, if that. So we walk in. We get up. Well, I get up. And then that's when I knew I was drunk. I was like drunk.
Yeah.
So we get outside, we hit the corner. For some odd reason, I decided to drop down and start doing some push-ups.
In the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street, dog. In the middle of the street.
And our toxic friend group eggs him on. Eggs him on.
I love that.
Exactly.
That's funny.
And he come up with all these crazy ideas. Now I've seen him drunk a couple times.
Yeah.
I had never. This was like my first time really seeing him like drunk.
Yeah.
This man like, yo, life is cool. Like this is like, all right, man. If you ever watched Naruto,
yeah,
when Rocket Lee got drunk and came up with that little drunken fist style, this how loose this man was, bro. This man swinging off people's gates. I'm talking. These are random people. They sitting out on their porch. He like, man, we should go up in their house. For one, no. That's criminal trespassing first. Second thing, we out south, buddy. Like, no, we not doing that. Man, I'm talking, everybody egging them on. Then it's like one of our other friends, it's like this swole. This nigga swole. Anyway, this man, like, gets on his shoulders and they like walking down the street. So it's like this one swole guy, and then this 7 foot tall giant, like just on his shoulders, and they just like, everybody's just like, what y'all got going on? And I'm just like, man, told him not to drink it, bro.
That's
told
so funny.
Sip it, get it back. No,
That's hilarious.
Bro,
no.
that's not even the funny part. Like that whole, it was the best trip ever, just to the gas station, bro. Like, and I wouldn't have believed it unless there was like video of it. But like, I almost went to somebody's crib because somebody's gate was open and their screen door was open.
This man like, yo, let's go in there. Why? Why would we do that? Why would we do that?
Yeah.
It was
Nah,
fun,
Fred off the juice is a good time. Fred off the juice is a good time. Fun guy.
Get him real,
Fun guy.
get him all the way there. It's a different time.
Yeah,
Like, man, this man, like, I'm like, bro, like, you trying to commit like misdemeanors, bro? What is it?
What did you want? What did you want?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I ain't like, I've got a lot of like. All right, so I'm gonna so the Rich story he's talking about, right? That's this. It was like this guy, call him Rich. He stayed up north, right? So we go to his house. We meet him. Like, we all mutual friends to this one person, right? So we get to his house. This man. So this was back when I used to smoke.
Yeah.
So we like smoking, like I'm, just chilling. So the man had some, he had some, you know what I'm saying, some green or whatever. So he smokes it. So then we drinking. So all they got is like 211, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. But it's all we got to drink. So hey,
Yeah.
beggars can't be choosers.
Right.
So we drinking or whatever. They got liquor. We mixing the liquor with the 211. We drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So this man, like, yo, I'm gonna sit down. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. We all talking, conversating, having a great time. So we like, yo, hey, come on, man, come to the couch. He like, nah, I'm good. We like, what? Bro, come chill on the couch. We all over here talking. What are you doing? Like, come sit down.
Yeah.
He like, nah, man, I'm just gonna sit right here. Nothing in my mind is red flagging that he twisted. He can't function. So I think this was like the first time he ever like smoked and drank at the same time. So he, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't his thing. So I'm like, bro, like, no, bro, like, stop tripping. Come on. We like, man. And then he like, look, I think I'm a little drunk. I'm like, oh, okay. Don't worry about that. Just come sit on the couch. It'll be better you fall asleep.
Yeah.
So he steady telling us, no. So I'm like, all right, bro. Let's just pick this man up and carry him over to the couch. He gonna be all right. Right idea. This man throws up all on the floor.
Nice flow.
Nice hardwood floor.
Dang.
Puke all over.
Ugh.
Man, the one guy like, party foul, party foul, and we like, yo. So everybody bugging out, right? So we like, dang, man. He like, and then he I told y'all nothing. I told y'all nothing big deal. I'm like, nigga, you ain't say you was messed up, bro. Like, I thought you was just exaggerating. So, long story short, this allegedly, we got home.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We got home. But see,
you know what? Statute of limitations up on this. All right. So I know this is bad, but I was driving. All right.
Okay.
So I was drunk driving. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
So
allegedly.
Statute of limitations up, but allegedly. I was drinking and driving. So I'm like, all right, bro. Like, we gotta get him home, cause like they like party foul, bro. That's not cool, bro. Yeah. So we like, yeah, we gonna take him home. Now we didn't got up out of there, right? So we driving, and when I say like, this is such a coordinated effort, because we had to get him to the car, because he's no longer conscious. He like in and out of consciousness, right? So we like get him to the car, get him in the car, and then we had like one of our other friends with us. So it's like them two in the front, and then there's me and my other friend. She in the front with me.
Yeah.
So we driving or whatever, and I'm like, yo, bro, don't throw up in my back seat. Like, just don't puke. He like, man, I don't feel good. I'm like, hey, man, you better roll that window down and stick your head out or something. Like, you better do something. Don't throw up on these seats, bro. So he like, all right, man, all right. So we make it to this gas station, right? So this man opens my car door. And you know, it's like that little cement thing.
Yeah.
He opened the door hard.
Yeah.
he like, and he get the puking, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? He drunk. He don't know what he doing. It's a little dead. It's fine. As long as we make it home. I don't even care. I'm like, as long as we make it home. So we driving, so like, I'm like, all right, bro. We got to get from up north to the south side and not get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
We cutting this out. And not get pulled over. So we like, all right. So I'm like, I like take the street, right? So I'm trying to zoom. So I'm like, look, if we can make it to Lake Street, we're going to drive under the L. Because ain't no police going to be under the L.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm having a whole mini panic attack. Driving under this L. My friend, she like, she my co-pilot right now.
Right.
Because this is a coordinated effort.
Yeah.
So she like, yo, I'm like, hey, am I driving straight? She like, you straight. I'm like, you sure? She like, yeah. I'm like, you drunk too. What you mean I'm going straight? Like, she like, no, you good. So I'm like, all right. But every 30 minutes, I'm like, yo, am I driving straight? She like,
30 minutes, 30 seconds.
30 minutes. Okay. I'm like, we'll get it to
how long was the drive?
Like an hour, bro. Because I was going the speed limit. I was trying not to get pulled all the way over. So I'm like, all right. So we make it under the L. We make it to Western. I'm like, cool. From here, it's a straight shot to the crib. And he like, is you gonna take me home? Nigga, no, you not going home tonight. Boy, you stay a whole 10 miles from here. No, we lucky we make it this far. Nigga, no, I'm taking you home. Like, no, you gotta crash at the crib tonight, bro. You gotta crash at the crib. That's just what it is. So we make it home, man. This man face plants on the floor, falls asleep, bro. Like,
yeah,
that was a whole mission making it to the crib.
See, it was the case of a bad trip mixed with alcohol. Up until that point, I ain't never had a bad trip.
That's hilarious.
And nobody told me what a bad trip was or how it felt. So I thought I was dying.
That's
but I felt peace when I had my head on the table, not moving.
Right.
And they kept telling me to come to the couch. I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah. I'm
good. I'm alive right now. I'll be dead if I move. That was in my mind.
Yeah.
And all in my head throughout the whole night at that point was like, God, I'm not doing this no more. Please spare me. I'm sorry.
Yo.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I don't want to end up on the news. Like, it was wild, bro. But, because I know we got to wrap up here soon. So, let me ask y'all this one question that we can bounce up out of here, right?
Okay.
As men, what do you think is something that we don't get right in relationships?
Well, y'all heard me be toxic on this podcast for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no,
so that's
you want to answer that question. You want to answer that question. Something we get wrong? I don't know. I feel like we're always great. You don't ever mess up.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I rebuke your toxicity in that comment. You make yourself talking about that's something we don't understand.
Man, black man.
Yeah, come on, black man. One thing that we don't get right in relationships. Man.
Or maybe not necessarily get right, but one thing that we struggle with. From the men's side, I know everybody in relationships struggle at a lot of things, but like men specifically.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I don't like that. When I'm in a relationship, it's rare that I find my girl to be funny.
Okay.
Is that wrong? I think that's because like
Does she have funny moments, but she's just not a funny person?
Okay, okay. So it's like one girl that I dated that was legit hilarious.
Okay.
Like me and her was like, you know how they got that meme was like, oh, wait, cause a real clown on their way.
Yeah.
That was her, Joe. That was her. She
Right.
was hilarious. The rest of them,
yeah,
they would say silly stuff and try unmoved.
Oh, so did you do like the in reverse, like the cute girl thing where you would just laugh at they jokes that it's not
I would
funny?
smile.
Mm.
I would smile. I wouldn't if it ain't funny, I ain't laughing. But I'll smile. I'll be like,
no,
That's tough.
yeah, no. I think it's funny though because I think for me it's always been like she's funny until I don't like her no more. like she was hilarious and all of a sudden it's just like, yo, your joke's dry, yo.
what
I
is
don't
that?
think it's gonna work.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is it? You think your girl funny? Don't answer.
Don't answer that.
Yo,
Don't answer
don't
that. Don't
answer
answer
that.
that.
No, she is.
Okay. Low key, she is.
I ain't gonna lie about it. Long as I am. My girl funny.
Low key.
Okay.
Low key.
Like
Okay.
we talking about joke stuff. I'm not gonna say on this podcast, but like we be laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, low key. Like some of the stuff she done said we was over there. Hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
And like she started this whole thing like over quarantine, where like she fry, like she cook me, bro.
Yeah.
Unprovoked.
I'm provoked.
She's a star.
Yeah, and I just be like, where did you? What? How? Like the first time it happened, I was just so shocked and surprised by it. I'm just looking like, I don't know how to take this.
That's funny.
But no, like, so he got his. You got one?
You got one?
I do.
Yeah.
I think what we get wrong, or I get wrong, I should say, as a guy, is trying to approach situations with guy logic.
Mm.
So basically, always trying to fix a solution instead of hearing out a complaint.
Exactly, because I mean, like, I hear it out, but, and I'm not saying this is all the time, but there's some things that I struggle with from time to time. It's like, I hear the problem being explained to me, but once they told me the problem, my mind already is like, oh, I got the solution for that. And you're telling me, and I'm being attentive to it, and I'm listening to what you're saying, but in my mind, it's like, oh, well, I already know the answer to that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it's like, men process some things differently, women process some things differently. And a lot of times when you're in a relationship and like you have these conversations or these arguments, sometimes you get so wrapped up into thinking like, oh, well, you should think this way. When it's just like, not necessarily so, because even though you may be right, that person is thinking from either a woman's point of view or their own personal point of view. And it'd be kind of hard because you'd be like, why aren't you just not getting this? It's like, there's a bunch of factors of why they're just not getting this. And it's not because they want to be wrong or they want to be fighting or arguing with you. It's just you think differently about things. So like I said, I think for me personally, right, I struggle sometimes with trying to combat things or coming at it from a guy's point of view. A guy's logic, or even maybe not even just putting a sex thing on it, just from my point of view. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because my point of view may not necessarily be right, even though I think I'm right.
Mm.
I think I do everything right, so I'm gonna have to add this.
Word. Okay.
That's Cap. That's Captain Crunch. Crunch ties me, Captain. Okay. If I had to think of one thing, I'm like, because I'm thinking in general as men, I'm like, I don't know if I've been in general for men, but one thing I've realized in my relationship that I'm like, as a dude, I gotta be more like aware of this. But I don't even think that really adds to the conversation really. I have a lot of ideas, and I like to talk about my ideas. But my ideas to her are more real than they are just thoughts and like things I've just been like, huh, what about this? What about that? Like, Like they're like, so I have to be careful on what I present and how I present it, just for the sake of like yeah, I'm a dreamer, like for real. I would definitely say I'm a dreamer. But when I start to talk about things like as a dreamer and like how I would like to see things like come out, or maybe how they would work or something like that, I have to consider the fact that like she's looking at me like, okay, well, how do I fit in that? And that's like a thing I just never like really considered, and like, you know, previous relationships I never really felt like that really mattered anyways. I'm like, we don't know where we going, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So like, this is just one of those things where like, okay, well now I'm trying to figure out like what it looks like to like have these plans and these dreams and these visions and things that I want to accomplish, stuff like that, but also like articulating them in a way for her to like understand like where her role is, or like what that may require from her in some kind of regard, instead of her feeling like it's just kind of happening to her if I just keep on saying these things out loud, you know what I mean? So that's something I'm realizing. It's just like there's helping her find her place within it is somewhat of my responsibility, not in a way that like I'm tasked with it, but like in like a way that like, it's just a part of now trying to be like walking real life with somebody. It's like, okay, like I want to do this, but how do I make sure that we're both kind of going into the same direction, and how do you understand my vision for what I want to accomplish and stuff like that, considering that portion of it. So
that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Once again, relationship guru over there.
I sort of sound like it.
Can I say this though?
What up?
I realize as a man, I got a lot of, well, I don't want to say I have a lot of pride, but I know like,
I'll say it.
Dang, give me some cream for that burn.
There was just about a half a second pause that you gave me to put that in there. Like I had to take it.
It's all good. But no, like, so here's my thing. Like, man, like, I'm like, my problem is I'm for the shenanigans when it comes to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's like my biggest issue. Like, letting my girl win is something that I can do. It's not something that I have done often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll let you win, like you can have the win, but like it's not often enough.
Yeah.
That I could do that. So like once I got in a relationship, like the girl like we just like stopped talking. Like we just wasn't communicating. And that has went on for a long time. Cause it's like, cause me, I won't break. I won't break. And so it's continued on like that for a while now. And like that would happen. It'd be like, if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you.
Right.
So it's like, all right, cool. Like, and I think as a man, I think it's a pride thing, because it's just like, hey man, like I've had this thing where I didn't have to live with any. Well, I had a long-term relationship with somebody and that didn't work out. So now I've been in this long-term, like, isolated single kind of thing where I haven't really like dated. So it's like at that point it's like, hey man, I ain't been with nobody. So like if I don't, it's like, hey, it's no real loss.
Yeah.
Like it sucks because I think that as men, like we want to be needed.
Yeah.
And like that's a necessary thing for us to have. Like we want to be needed. So in wanting to be needed, like when we don't feel needed, like when it's like, okay, all right, cool, you got your own happiness, you don't need me. All right, you don't need me for happiness, that's cool. You don't need me for support, that's cool. You don't need me for wisdom, that's cool. You don't need me for, you know what I'm saying, to help you with anything, that's fine. So what you need me for? Then why am I here? For your enjoyment? I got dreams and aspirations too. So it's like a weird thing with me. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, right. That
That's
was
a
God.
lot, man.
Yeah, no, that was God saying like, yo, y'all gotta get home.
Wrap it up. Wrap this joint up, bitch.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't even introduce the pod. It's cool. We was in conversation the whole time, but it's cool though. To my left,
Cam.
to my right,
Yes.
we still in the 50s. I don't know, 56. I don't know, but
50 something.
50 something. But this has been Reset the Vibe. As always, ladies and gentlemen, take care of one another, be kind to one another. As always, love. And we out.